Hello, everybody. Angel Arts here, and welcome to Alpha Squad's session number two. Not only is this Alpha Squad session number two, but Bravo Squad is going to be joining us for the first time. This is Mass Effect Collision. As I said,
Ah!
yes, squads will collide. Not just universes colliding, but squads will collide. But first, I'm going to be doing some work with the Alpha Squad before the Bravo Squad comes in a little bit. So I'm going to go start with the warm up question for our four players. That warm up question is which character, and this can be a PC or NPC, which character are you most looking forward to interacting with and why? Which character are you? And this is more of a question of the player, not necessarily a question of the character, because your character doesn't necessarily know who the other NPCs are. But if you were given the opportunity to interact with another PC or NPC, and this can go for both the Bravo squad or the main squad, either squad, which one are you most looking forward to interacting with and why? Who would like to go first?
Mine would be Sesepia. I don't know why, really. It's just maybe it's Syncsepia. Maybe it's something else, but either way, she seems so cool. And I think it'd be very interesting to drop possibly the most awkward character with the person that can read people like pamphlets and can maybe even convince them to even eat their own gun or something. It just seems like it would be an interesting turn of events
Do
if they
you
ever met up.
do you believe that Quinn and Giuseppe would get along?
Oh heck no.
Oh heck no. Okay. Why do you think that you would not get along with Giuseppe, or vice versa?
Uh I think she would not like me due to the fact she's currently hunting a tactical cloak a tactical cloak assassin.
Okay.
Things would immediately get off to the wrong foot because Quinn really likes the fact that he is the master of cloaking technology. It would probably be the icebreaker.
I think another interaction with Dremy and Rain would be particularly interesting.
Okay.
And the reason why is because other than their brief interaction and her like spazzing out, she really didn't get the chance to talk to him that much. And I
Mm-hmm.
think out of everyone, like all of the squads, he would be the least judgmental just based off of what he actually is.
Okay.
And she would see that and would be more willing to talk with him,
Hopefully you'll get that opportunity.
hopefully.
I think it would be really interesting for Sallow to interact with either Sync or Anar. They're both kind of gruff, but they have a very like nurturing undertones. Sync with Trissy and Anar. Also, I guess with Trissy, but yeah, they both have a much gentler side that I think it would be very interesting to kind of see how they would react with Sallow or with Sallow and Nilu.
I guess meeting Arkara. I think they might get
Arkara.
along really well.
Okay. What is it about Akara that you think would be interesting?
All this supposed talk about her doing writing and stuff, I think that will be pretty interesting, especially since Faith likes to read.
Okay. So let me try to get you guys a feel for how things are happening timeline wise and what brought you guys from where we left off in your last session to where we are now. So from our last session, you guys basically met up with Rain and got with whatever her mission is to try to keep the Reapers from, I guess, keep the Reapers from turning
Winning.
bad again because they're currently being controlled by the elusive man. And so she's trying to do whatever needs to happen in order to prevent the Reapers from running amok. And in order to do that, you guys have to jump from galaxy to galaxy, you parallel universe to parallel universe, with the help of Quinn's space-time cannon, using Quinn's space-time cannon to jump from one universe to another.
She needed to go collect a bunch of items
Right.
that would allow them to regain complete control of the Reapers, because they still have
Right.
control of them now, but it's waning.
It's waning. Okay. So you guys have been going from place to place. You guys traveled to Invictus first. So you went from Yellow Earth. I'll try to go this step by step so you guys can follow. So you guys ended on Yellow Earth at the end of the last session. You guys traveled to Yellow Invictus and then jumped to Blue Invictus. You jumped from Yellow Invictus to Blue Invictus, had an adventure there, got the item there. Then you guys flew to Blue Citadel. Rain sort of went off on her own. You guys were sort of, hung out at the Citadel for a bit. Rain went off to go follow a lead, came back with the item, and then from Blue Citadel, you jumped to Green Citadel. And Green Citadel, again, you guys are hanging out. And Rain, I'm going to go role play an interaction that you're going to have while you're in Green Citadel.
Okay.
Rain, while you're in Green Citadel, you are in the park, and you see a gentleman feeding the pigeons. We'll say he's feeding the pigeons in the park. He seems a little down on his luck. What I need to explain to you, though, about the gentleman in question is that he looks like this. He's dressed in civilian clothing right now. Now, again, this is the Green Universe, so it's not unusual to see, I guess, Reaperized beings around, sentient Reaperized beings around.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Would she recognize who he is at all? Is my first question.
I think so. I think she would.
She would kind of raise an eyebrow and interesting. And she's gonna just walk up to him and try and not disturb the birds.
Okay.
And she's gonna go, so, feeding pigeons.
So the guy has his is sort of leaning down. He's got his head resting on his fist, I guess, and he's just kind of feeding birds. Mm-hmm. He sighs. You could say that, he says in a scraggly voice, robotic-like voice.
She'll kind of put her hands on her hips. So what's bothering you? You're not leaning back, just freely chucking bread. I can assume. I'm assuming that you're a little upset about something.
He sort of shakes his head and he says, "They say that it's because of synthesis. Everyone is at peace. Sure, the synthetics and organics are at peace, but everyone still see me as monsters, as a monster, don't they?"
Well, that's subjective. I don't see you as a monster. I think what they mean by peace is they're not actively killing each other, but there's still some doubts here and there, I guess.
That can be worse, he says.
Yeah, I guess so.
He hasn't looked up at your face, though. He's still looking down on the birds.
It can be kind of refreshing, though, whenever you have a new perspective on something.
He kind of sighs again, and then finally he looks up, and he does a double take when he looks up. And he says, "You're..."
I am.
He looks down again and says, "Sorry, I didn't recognize you right away.
Exactly.
Would you like a seat?" he says as he nudges over to the side.
She'll take a seat next to him. Exactly. A fresh perspective. You did know who I was, so you were a lot more honest with me than you might have been.
"What brings you here?" he says, Are you? Did you go and see Elias's performance last night?
I heard about it, both the good and the bad.
Things went a little crazy over there.
Yeah, and I don't think it's gonna stop being crazy anytime soon. Call it
Um,
paranoia.
Tell me about it. As soon as it happened, everyone thought that I had something to do with it. Needless to say, ever since that incident, people have definitely been looking at me worse than ever before.
Hmm. Is that why you're out here feeding pigeons all by your lonesome?
He sighs. I was trying to make a difference. I was trying to prove my worth to this community, which is why I joined CSEC. Not anymore, he says. Discharged as of this morning.
Hmm. Well, what skills did you pick up in CSEC?
I know my way around the rifle, he says nonchalantly.
Anything else?
Biotics. Not that it matters too much right now.
Then maybe you should tag along with me, and you can make that difference.
With you? You
Ah.
mean as a bodyguard?
No, I do much more than sing, and I don't think you've noticed yet either.
He looks at you rather puzzled.
She's going to meet his gaze and says, "Look closely."
Okay. He will look closely. What does he see?
That her eyes are not glowing.
Okay. He says, how is that possible?
How indeed. Now, I am a big fan of taking off and doing your own thing when you need to. If they're not gonna let you make a difference through CSEC, you need to find your own way. And I would like to have you with me so you can help me stop whatever this is.
He pauses for a moment, looks down at the ground again, tosses a few more breadcrumbs at the birds, and then he responds back after a few seconds. Guess there really isn't much for me here anyway.
I wouldn't say that. Maybe, just maybe, if we pull this off, it can shine a good light on you. What would you call yourselves anyway, like as a species?
Um, he says, what do we call ourselves? I'm still a Turian. He looks a
Yeah.
little offended by that question.
Well, I just wanted to make. Well, okay. Well, then it would shine a light on the survivors of the Reaper conflict. And she kind of like emphasizes the word survivors. She's trying her she's trying her best not to be overly offensive, but she's
Right.
not sure what words to use.
You know that the slang term, the derogatory term that is normally used for people like him are huskies. They're the huskies. He didn't use that term though to describe himself.
Yeah. You're still a Turian, but would I don't know, to distinguish you from everything else, would sentient husk be a better word, even though you're still a Turian? I don't know. I'm terrible at this.
No, he says, that wouldn't be better. Just
Okay.
Torian is fine.
Okay. Either way,
All right, he says, I'll bite. It's not like I had anything else better to do. Where should I meet you?
And she's going to give him the coordinates of where she's going to head off to get in her car and head back to the ship that they have. It's
Okay.
like meet me there after you get everything you need.
It's a deal, he says, and he stands up and he holds out his hand to shake.
And she's going to take his hand and shake it and says, sorry if I offended you. I'm not too well versed in I guess what would be the term, colloquial terms? I don't know.
He says, "It's all right. I'm used to it by now." And with that, he goes off towards the direction of his apartment to pack up,
Okay.
which answers a lot of questions from session number 2 of the main squad. Rain, you come back onto the Normandy. I believe the people on the Normandy consists of Joker, Niha, of obviously the rest of the Alpha Squad, and Doc Rowlett. You will enter the Normandy with Mr. Marauder Shields in tow. He's got a big case that you know is where he keeps his rifles and other artillery in. And as you take him inside, Marauder Shields is looking around and he says, "The Normandy? Now you have me very intrigued."
Yeah, things are a bit different where I'm from.
The three of you will already be in the common area when Rain brings on Marauder Shields. Now you've seen, because you've spent some time in both the you have spent some time in the Green Galaxy, so you have seen Huskies, as they're referred to in the general public, around, but this is your first time, I guess, being in the presence this close to one.
There would have been another instance, the time when Quinn nearly got arrested for trying to kill one on sight.
There was that too. Yes, there was that too. How do you guys react to this when Marauder comes on board the Normandy?
Did you say we were all in the mess hall?
You're in
much.
the common area-ish, so sure, mess area, common area.
Because Quinn has a lot of projects to do, and okay,
I think Faith is probably going to be tensing up a bit because she remembers the Husks from
Mm-hmm.
their universe, and well, she's not going to outright attack him, but she's going to be a bit on guard.
Very realistic. That sounds like it makes sense in character. How about Quinn?
he's gonna look to Rain and say, "Me, you, talk." He's gonna walk over
All right.
out of the room.
So you're
into
gonna go
another room somewhere.
You're gonna talk to Rain. Salo, how about you?
Sal's gonna keep an eye on kind of everyone else. At this point, it's just another person, really. Like, he's seen them before, they act normally, they seem normal.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but it seems like it's a big deal to other people. So Sal
Okay.
is just gonna make sure that he's ready to intervene between any aggregating parties.
How very open-minded of Salo.
Rain just she kind of has her arms crossed and she kind of just shrugs and rolls her eyes and turns to follow Finn. It's like, we're all just a merry band of misfits. Doesn't need an explanation.
The hell it doesn't.
Shields will approach Salo and he will raise up his hand to shake, and he says, "Shields, Marauder Shields."
Salovara, Narzima, pleasure.
"Pleasure is all mine, Mr. Vara," he says.
Please, just Salo.
"Salo," he says.
While you two are having your discussion, you hear yelling coming down the hall. Just you can't
Yelling?
really tell, but it's obvious Quinn is quite irritated by.
Okay. The Turian then turns towards Faith's direction, and he holds out his hand. Does Faith take it?
She hesitates for a second, but then she'll take it.
He'll shake it. He'll shake it. Um, the Turian brings it down and says, "So, Miss Rain has been telling me that you all are intent on stopping this Reaper problem."
It's our plan anyway.
He says,
Part of it.
he says, "As you can probably imagine, the Reaper issue got a little bit personal with me. What are your positions here on the ship, if I may ask?"
Well, I'm helping out as the cook since I don't know if anybody else can really cook well, so I figured I might as well help out.
I fix things here and there. Mechanical engineer, I guess.
"I see," he says. "I used to work for CSEC. I'm one of their highest ranked snipers, actually." He picks up his suitcase again and he says, "Do you know where Martha and I can get set up in our room?"
I think Faith will probably get up and show him where the empty rooms are that she knows of. And let's
Okay.
pick one of them.
All right, he will follow you. Meanwhile, what is going on between Rain and Rain and Quinn?
Well, I assume when we get to the room, what the hell's going on?
What do you mean?
I mean a new crew member. Who is he? Where did he come from? Why weren't we informed?
His name is Marauder Shields. He came from the Citadel, and you weren't informed because didn't have time. I recognized him.
Then, what exactly? Where did you recognize him?
From my universe.
Your universe. Ah, yes. And you think just because you know him from that universe, you think this one can be trusted?
No, but are we really gonna have a talk about trust right now? Like,
Yes,
I think we should
I
all
think this
be-
is the perfect time for that talk.
Okay, should we do some trust falls, or...
How about we start talking about what the hell are we doing?
She's gonna kind of tap her foot and rub her eyes. Well, we're trying to save the multiverse, in short.
Interesting. How are we going to do that?
Well, near as we can tell, and I use we collectively, as far as we can tell, the only place the Reapers are still there is from your universe, which means we have another 4 universes to back us up, kind of. The plan, for the most part, is still a work in progress. But I have a theory that if we can lure your Reapers into Yellow, and our mission is successful, then the Reapers that invade Yellow can be controlled, or at least be fought by other Reapers.
So, why are we not doing that right now?
That's what I just got back from doing. I'm not skipping around parks whenever I go off on my own, you know.
I figured as much. But these pieces of tech you keep bringing back, is that what do they do? Are these your so-called bait?
They're not bait. They're what we're going to use to control them, and I kind of know what they are, but I don't know the technical side of it.
Ah, so you just know. So you do not know what they are, how they work, or just clear this up real quick. Do you know where they come from?
Do I, Hark? Does she?
Yeah. I mean, you know where they came from. You know where they originally are from. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I know what they're from.
Oh, please share.
Uh, this is whenever Rain gets sort of, she kind of slackens. She's like, Quinn, I, it's probably better for you if you don't know. And she seems a little scared, not for herself, but for you. I don't want other people being dragged into my mess. I just want to help you guys so you can get back to your universe safe and sound.
Safe! Safe, you say? The Reaper-infested hell. That is quite literally the living testament to what's on the
Which
line.
is what I'm trying to fix. But if you know too much, you could be even less safe.
Do you know what, I'm going to tell you a little bedtime story. I want you to listen very carefully. About 6 months into the lockdown, a sudden realization came to me in a dream that while I was safe, the word you used, my little brother was out there somewhere dying. If not dead, already dead. His name was Leto. Now, you may wonder how this came to be, my little mental state of generally not caring. I can assure you one thing. I was safe while my little brother was out fending for himself dying. It was a general fact. There was no arguing it. Me, Niha, we couldn't do anything. We were trapped. Like rats in a cage. Safe. Well, Arbra, I don't even know what happened. So you can claim safety. You can claim to want me to put me back there. But I assure you one thing. I don't give a damn about being safe anymore. All I care about is doing something. That's all that matters now. Whatever happens to me is irrelevant. As long as they are safe, I don't care if I'm dead.
But other people do care. What kind of person would I be if you were that little boy and I was sending you to war out to die?
How you feel, how I feel is irrelevant. How my so-called family feels is irrelevant. I can assure you one thing. The family I have doesn't really care anymore. But the feeling I have is that I'm not certain I'm doing the right thing. I'm not certain you are doing the right thing. That's what I'm feeling.
Rain, as you're about to answer, Niha emerges from the next room and he says, Rain, what is the meaning of this? I was walking by and I saw a new crew member appear within our ship. Very interesting looking.
Rain just kind of hold up her hands like, please, I can't be pincered attacked by the both of you right now.
Oh, sure you can. We're plenty pissed off as it is.
She looks back and forth between the two of you and she says, what is going on?
We're having a heart-to-heart.
Quinn's demanding information that I'm not sure anyone should have for their own good.
Well, that doesn't sound particularly kosher to me. Is this about the Is this about the husk thing down in the...
No, it's not about that. It's not about
It
any
started
of
that
that.
way.
Oh, I see. So you're having a little bit of a hissy. So Quinn's having a bit of hissy fit. Very well. Come speak to me as soon as you're done. Faith, you're gonna take Marauder into one of the empty rooms, small empty rooms. We'll say this is the room where Thane used to be in. He puts down his case. He doesn't seem to have very much in terms of belongings. I think he has like a backpack of sort, a large like little camping, sort of like camping like backpack that he puts down, and he has a case. And he opens up the case, and you see this really sleek, magnificent looking sniper rifle. And you see tucked away in the rifle is with the rifle is a photograph, is a picture frame with a photograph of a beautiful looking female Turian, non-husk, non-marauder female Turian.
Is that Martha? She asks.
He nods slowly. I named it after her, he says, patting the rifle.
Well, she looks really nice.
She was a wonderful woman. And he says she didn't deserve... He sighs. We've all lost people. A lot of people died that should not have.
Yeah. I can speak from experience on that one.
He looks at you and studies you carefully, and he says, you've lost someone recently too, haven't you?
Yeah. I lost my best friend.
I'm very sorry, he says. There's nothing that I can say that will help ease the pain. But I'd like to believe that all we can do now is to push forward for them and hope that we can prevent others from dying as well.
Yeah. Hopefully we can complete whatever we're going to be doing for this mission.
After he finishes unpacking a few of his things, and he says, thank you for letting me stay. I didn't really have much else to go.
It's no problem.
Niha will then go and find Salo. And she will say, Salo, are you aware of this newcomer on our ship?
What about him? Yes, we've met. He seems nice.
He seems nice. How long have you known this nice person?
Well, we just met, so...
So you don't really know him that well.
That's why I said seems.
Yes, that's what worries me. Is he suddenly being recruited into our crew? Why was I not notified of this?
I guess Rain knew him from somewhere else, or another version of him, or something.
Oh.
He seems alright. I just think it's wise to keep an eye on everybody at this point. With him being a husk, I think that it is wise to keep an eye on everyone, because it is just as likely, in my opinion, for one of us to be the start of a problem as it is for him to be.
At this point, Faith will be coming out from the elevator after seeing Marauder in his room, and Niha will say, Faith, you over there.
Is something going on if she comes over to you guys?
She says, in a matter of speaking, yes, you're my second command. I trust that you have seen our new guest on the ship.
Yeah, I just showed him to his room.
You and your biotics, you should be able to get a good read of him. Tell me, she says, does he seem safe to you?
From what I can tell, I think he'll be okay. He's not, I don't think he's just a regular husk. He actually had would it be his wife that he was talking about earlier, Hark?
Yeah.
Okay. He had a wife. He had her picture in his case.
Is his wife alive or dead?
I think she's dead from what he was talking.
People can do very crazy things when they lose someone they love.
I think that could be true of all of us. All of us here have lost those we love. So singling him out for that isn't really fair.
Niha sort of sighs. She puts a hand to her face. You're right, you're right. I think my judgmental side is once again getting the best of me.
At the end of the day, he's just another person, just as dangerous as any other person. I'm not saying we shouldn't keep an eye on him. He's a new person. But, again, just a person.
I would say that I feel you're being a little naive, Salo. However, I do respect your opinion more than some of the other people on this ship. She sort of says, not looking at any of your direction, but looking more towards the direction of where Quinn went. But then she says, very well, she says, I guess I'm convinced for now. But everyone keep a close eye on that one.
After Niha leaves, he'll look after her and then say, the device, it's to control them, correct?
Yeah.
If anything happens with our new crew member, it'll be on your head. And he'll leave.
Quinn, wait.
He'll halt at the door.
I'm
Looking
going to
towards the door.
say you're not the only one that's known loss. Not aboard this ship, not in the entire universe. And
Don't
there are
worry.
probably worse things than a Reaper-inflicted death because at least it's quick.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, but most of the time it is.
Don't worry.
However,
I don't think I'm special.
just
Everyone
give me
has
one,
dead people.
let me say one more
Some-
thing. If it bothers you that much, I can gather everyone up and we can put it to a vote, and whatever you guys decide is what you have to stick with. I'm giving you a choice. 3 of them, in fact. And we can do it right now.
That won't be necessary. We can continue doing what we're doing. But trust me on this. He'll turn to you. If I think what you're doing is wrong, I will cut your head off without any hesitation.
Then at least think about the offer of having it discussed.
All right.
Because if it's a problem with you, it may as well be brought up with everyone. It's not just your call.
I'll think about it.
So I just kind of, if I could have a moment of your time. Ring.
She's gonna she was actually holding a thing of tea and it smells faintly of vanilla. And she's going to stop and like turn on her heel and she's like, yes?
I finished that favor you asked.
Oh, good. I'm gonna be needing that pretty soon, actually.
If you wouldn't mind coming with me, I've got it stored in my room.
All right, and she's going to follow him to his area.
So he'll close the door and you'll feel like a pecking at like your head, but you won't hear anything. But it feels like an insect is landing on you, like repetitively, but you don't actually hear anything. And then he'll do something on his Omni tool, and it'll pop up, and it's about the size of a fairly large bee. This is the drone you asked for.
All right, that'll work. She
It
says,
has-
taking a look at it.
It has a nanotransponder, so you can track the drone anywhere in the current system that it's in. It has a wave dampener, which renders it completely quiet. It has a holographic SATCOM, the Ray, which can contain itself within a planetary system, so you can communicate with it, or it can serve as a communications relay within a planetary system. And it has a multispectral scanner that can detect light, radio waves, heat signatures, and energy emissions within 250 meters.
Impressive.
Very nice, Salo. I knew you were the right person for the job.
Its cloaking technology is a little. I'm not the best at that. It's obviously Quinn's thing, but I did what I could.
Maybe one of these days we can get you two working on collaboration and get some master spy drones. All right, thanks for the help, Salo.
Not a problem, Rain.
So, you guys will continue on. From the Green Citadel, like I said, you will go to Green Tachanka, jump to Red Tachanka. Then from Red Tachanka, you guys will go to Red Citadel. While you're on the Citadel, you will attempt to jump to the Yellow Citadel. So you're going to try to come back to the Yellow Citadel. Something goes wrong, though, as you're trying to jump. There's a little bit of interference. And what Quinn and Rain will realize is that the reason that you weren't able to successfully jump to the Yellow Citadel, you instead jumped to the Blue Citadel. So you were aiming for yellow. You ended up in blue instead, going from red to blue. You realize the reason why this happened is because somebody shut the gate on the Citadel. And because somebody shut the gate on the Citadel, it was preventing you to get fully into the Yellow Citadel. Sort of stopped you in the Blue Citadel. In order to continue on, you had to use the space-time cannon to reopen the gate and end up going over to the Yellow Galaxy. So then you end up in the Yellow Citadel. While you're in the Yellow Citadel, that's when Rain meets up with the Bravo Squad during the Bravo Squad session, because Rain was with the Bravo Squad just now. Rain does his little thing. She makes arrangements to meet up with you guys on the Green Earth, because one of the next major items is on Green Earth. Rain needs to be able to gain access to some of the higher-ups in order to get the item that's necessary to continue on with your mission. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to enter into the competition yourselves and hopefully try to win. Now, Rain, you have met up with the Bravo Squad. So what you're thinking is you might have a better chance of making it into the getting access to what you need to get access to if you enter two teams into the competition, because it doesn't matter which team wins. Your chances of basically getting in doubles, which is why it gives you a little bit of an incentive to reunite Bravo and Alpha Squad together.
Is Rain going to get us together in the war room to tell us all this?
She's not with you guys right now. You guys, like, the original plan is that she had to go. She got caught up in something very personal, and she had to go check up on it. And she trusted you guys to reopen up a portal from Green Earth to Yellow Galaxy for her to come through whenever she got over there at a certain time at a certain place. She didn't know that she was meeting up with Bravo, and she's probably going to tell you guys once she gets back through.
Yeah, so the original plan was that, and Bravo ends up giving Rain a ride to the Green Galaxy. So to your surprise, when you guys have arrived on Earth, you will get a call from Rain, even though Rain supposedly is still back in the Yellow Galaxy. Welcome, Bravo Squad!
Yay!
Hello.
Bravo Squad and the Alpha Squad together. E, are you there? I don't see your camera feed. E, are you there? Oh, there you are. Okay, good. Awesome. Welcome everybody, welcome. This is exciting. It's awesome having the two groups here to interact. This is going to be really cool. So to begin, I just want to give a little bit of a warning. Today especially is going to be probably one of the more challenging sessions for not only me but for everybody in general, because there's so many of you. I'm going to try my very best to give every single person as much attention as possible. Just please understand there's 8 of you and 1 of me. Please be mindful of each other. Try not to interrupt another person as much as possible. If you feel that you have spoken a decent amount, if you had a chance to talk and other people have not had as much of a chance to talk, please allow other people to talk too, just so that you can share the spotlight a little bit. And, I'll try my best to mediate and navigate my way through the session as much as possible. But just try your very hardest to make sure that everybody gets heard and everybody who wants a chance to speak or give their piece has equal amounts of opportunity as you do. What I told the Alpha Squad before is that if I know that there's a lot of things on our plate, I know that you guys want to have a chance to actually interact with each other as well as some of the other NPCs. I will give you guys that chance. If we don't end up finishing everything that I wanted to finish today, I will give an opportunity for all of us to come together again in another session, in a future session. So I'll try to make sure that so that you guys have ample time to do whatever it is you guys want to do while you guys are together. Keep in mind again that when the competition finally does start, you guys are vying for a position to play with the main squad next, which should be exciting, because I don't know, because certain things can happen when certain squads interact with the main squad, and I'm kind of just playing it by ear right now and see what ends up happening. So the first thing I'm going to do is I already asked the Bravo squad for their warm-up question, so I'm going to ask I asked the Alpha squad their warm-up question. I'm going to ask the Bravo squad the very same question.
I guess I will give my slightly cheaty answer of toss-up between Anara and Sisipia.
Because
of what happened last session. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about last session, but because of last session.
Well, we posted it.
Well,
So
I think she means our last session.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because of that.
Right, that.
Yeah,
you're not allowed.
one
Yeah, that you're not allowed to
person-
say.
One person,
That.
is, yay, the other person is, I am so sorry.
Yes. We'll get to that. I forgot. That's right. That did happen.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I'm
that was a
cheating.
thing.
There's 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it ultimately comes, like, I'm thinking from the perspective of Trissy being my character's sister. So then it comes down to Anna or Sync from that perspective. I think Darren and Anna would have more to talk about, so I'm going to go with Anna from that perspective.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll be my answer for now.
Oh, that would be
Okay.
interesting.
That would be interesting.
I might change my mind later, but
That's fine.
just at the top of my head, I think probably Sisepia.
And why is that?
Because the 2 characters are have a lot of similarities, like all about justice and fairness, and both are actually on the same side, but due to circumstances, they turn to enemies from the viewer's point of view. And I just want to see if they can reconcile that, both being very stubborn and about being right, I guess.
I think actually also Susepia, especially because she's hunting Aya. Like, she's actively hunting her. In a way, like, at least if we remember that list you gave way back when.
Yep.
Oh,
I'll have to
that
go
is
back and
a
look
good
at that.
point that I didn't think about. She's after Darren as well. That could-
Yep.
well, I'm sticking
Yep,
with my
yep, yep,
answer, but yeah.
Come on, Darren, let's be partners in crime.
Rain's gonna call up the Normandy.
Which one?
Exactly. She's gonna call up our ship.
Which one? Our ship, as in.
Alpha
Okay.
ship. She's gonna call him
Okay,
up.
the Alpha ship. Okay. So just so that we can do this chronologically, you guys let me see if I understand this correctly. You guys went to Green Earth, and then teleported. I'm sorry. You guys went from Yellow Citadel, traveled to Yellow Earth, and then transported to Green Earth. Is that my understanding?
Yes.
I think
Okay.
so.
Okay. And the Alpha Squad had done the same thing, essentially. The Alpha Squad went to Yellow Earth, and then transported to Green Earth. Okay, now I got that figured out. So once the Bravo Squad enters into Green Earth, you will find yourself hovering just above future New Orleans. When you guys make your way to the city, just to give you guys an idea of how everything looks like, people are celebrating. There are fans everywhere. People are buying merchandise. A lot of the teams, posters, various other paraphernalia are hanging around. Everybody's really excited. Let me remind you that this is the green universe, so everybody is synthesized. So everybody has green eyes right now. There are plenty of it's like one big giant like carnival, I guess, right now. There's a lot of lights, a lot of people, a lot of crowds. It seems like there's a lot of mirth in the air, mirth on Earth. And as soon as Rain goes over to the Green Galaxy, she will then contact the Alpha Squad from where she is. Okay, go ahead. Who do you contact from the Alpha Squad?
I'm paging basically the entire ship to the central comm, or at least Alpha Squad in general. Joker can't really leave because he's flying.
Okay.
So, hey guys, I got a ride.
We'll say that Salovera gets that page.
Yeah.
Okay. With who?
I've got an Aya, I've got a Lun, I've got a Darren, and who am I? Oh yeah, Chen, a couple other people. Oh, and by the way, Salo, your sister's here.
What?
Since everyone whined and complained at me about not being notified last time, I thought maybe I'd give you guys a heads up. Figured I could arrange a meeting between you two. They're apparently looking for you, but I found you first.
He just kind of turns around and walks off.
Hello, is anybody there?
Where does Salo go?
Olivera.ex has currently crashed. Please reboot.
Where does Salo go?
You just left the column open.
I know. So Quinn, where Quentin? Where does Salo go?
He's gonna go back to his room.
Okay. And you just left the comm on?
Yeah, he kind of broke.
Okay. It does not
he's gonna
compute.
Figure stuff out.
Okay. So Salo left and he doesn't come back.
Rain just kind of yells at the open comm for a little while. It's like, they left.
Everyone
Jerks.
everyone on the Alpha Squad. That's not Quinn. That's not Salo. Roll a perception, please. Perception die.
Okay.
So Faith, you're gonna hear this open comm. Nobody's apparently talking into it right now, but you hear Rain clearly yelling out. What was the last thing that Rain yelled out?
Hey, he left, that jerk.
Yeah, Faith, that's what you hear.
He's gonna go over to the comm and say, hello?
Oh, Faith. Well, that's somebody, at least. Could you, notify everyone else, especially Quinn, since he nagged at me last time about not being notified about stuff, that the people from your universe have come out to find you, and I found them first, I found you first, and she's gonna basically rattle off the same names, and it's like, meet me at these coordinates on Earth, because we need a plan, and there's things that we need to talk about.
Faith is kind of surprised as well. I said, okay, I'll be sure and let them know.
Okay, thanks, I guess, and she's just gonna hang up.
Yeah, she'll hang up too.
And
she'll
she's
go
gonna.
and try and find everybody.
Can I ask like Darren to sort of fly over to where the Normandy SR2 is like sitting around, and she's gonna turn to Aya and be like, so about that comment about not having Commander Shepard fly the ship or be on the ship.
Well, the Normandy SR2 probably would not be. I guess the Normandy SR2 would be docked, but the Normandy SR1 would not be docked because they've been using Morden's ship. They've been making it a point to keep.
Well, she's
the
going
SR1.
to like purposefully fly towards that direction so that way they can see it.
Is Darren going to do that? Darren, are you going to bring the Normandy SR1 down to Earth?
Honestly, Darren has no issues with people seeing it anyway, so
Okay.
unless he's told not to show it, then he's fine with it.
Show us
Okay.
off, goddammit. At least in this place, I don't think we'll gonna get killed for it.
Yeah.
I have a feeling back where we came from, mate. I think they might
All right.
shut us down.
You will land. That's fine. You will land the Normandy SR1 right next to the Normandy SR2, which is what the Alpha Squad has been flying around with all this time.
It's like
Theirs
the
is
Normandy
bigger. I
SR2.
don't like it.
As soon as that happens, so basically, the Alpha Squad, you arrived first, and when the Normandy SR2 shows up, people all over the place started taking pictures. They start taking selfies in front of it, and there's a huge crowd of people. And when the SR1 appears, even more people start crowding around. You probably take it that these people don't believe that this is the real Normandy SR1 and the real SR2. They kind of think this is just, it's just for show, for the festivities. But you don't care. You don't care, and people keep trying to take photos in front of it. So now that the two Normandies are side by side, what happens?
Well, I mean, she's gonna turn to Aya and be like, so about my ship not flying Commander Shepard.
Yeah, I feel less special now.
I have a feeling that let me just get this out. I don't think that's your ship.
Oh, I bought it.
So-
It's my ship.
Yeah.
You
No, I
won't
don't
believe who's flying it.
Mhm.
Quinn is making his way over to the Normandy SR1.
Okay, go ahead. That's fine.
Anything about Quinn walking over? Because if not, he's going to walk in.
Darren is going to go pose for pictures.
Okay, so Quinn buzzes the ship.
All right, he buzzes the ship.
Open up. Let me in.
Alpha Squad, you're hearing a buzz, and
Is that
when
Quinn? Is that Quinn? Hey, Loon, is that Quinn?
I don't know. Why do you think I know every Quarian in the planet?
Because you're the Quarian here. Come on.
I'm busy.
No, you're not. Come here.
I'm going to get Nilu.
Yeah, you might want to go get Nilu. I think I broke Salo earlier.
Oh,
You deal with it, Captain.
So is anyone going to open the door for me, or am I just standing outside the airlock?
Well,
Yeah.
Presumably
I think there will be a video comm that will appear right next to you, and it turns on, and there is a very pretty young lady with red hair at the end of the comm, and she says, yes, may we help you?
Don't just let him in, Trissy.
Wait, I know. Oh, are you sure we should let him in?
So I guess since
Well, the
my
amount
guys-
of trouble he can make here isn't that big. I mean, come
so
on.
I guess since my guys are invading your ship, we may as well have the meeting here.
Apparently so.
Ugh.
Well, technically they were our guys before they became yours. So like, shoot.
All right. She looks at Quinn and she tells Quinn, just so you know, before you step onto the ship, our movies are our movies, not your movies. Let's make
Whatever.
that clear.
Let me on board.
Because those are the most valuable things on the ship, and I'm
I
gonna
am
keep a
your
close
No,
eye
superior.
on
You
it's
you.
will do as I
not.
say. Now
No,
open
it's
the
not.
door.
Oh,
Trissy,
touchy.
the most important, the most valuable thing we have is our booze. Remember that.
Right, she says, like, and you're the captain.
Exactly.
She opens the door.
Quinn is going to walk in. Is going to strut in.
Is Quinn going by himself? Just out of curiosity, did he just leave the ship without informing everybody else? Like,
Pretty
I'm not
much.
sure.
Pretty
All right.
much.
Okay, so Quinn is going in by himself.
He's strutting in. He's heading for the stairs. He has a clear path in mind.
Okay.
He's walking. He's walking past. He has a clear path in mind. Anyone doing anything, or am I going down to the engine room uninterrupted?
Well, I'm probably currently in the engine room getting Neela.
Yeah, you're probably in the engine room.
Like,
With
you won't be able to get straight to the engine room because the elevator is in use, and like yeah, I will stop you. Like,
All right.
you don't just get to come into our ship and just move around like you own the place. And B, where the fuck did you go? You're supposed to get food for our people.
Things popped up. Don't worry about it. Second,
No.
I'm the one who made your ship, so don't question me.
Yeah, I don't give a
Where
fuck.
I can and cannot go.
I don't give a fuck. This is my ship now.
Wait,
I'm the captain.
does
I'm
Aya have a
supporting.
drink in her hand right now? Because I'm looking at
Absolutely.
Malik, and so Aya's got this. She's got a glass in one hand and a bottle in the other hand. Yeah, we need a prop. Okay, props. Yeah, that's what you see.
So by the time we were talking and you were drinking, we would have ended up in front of the elevator now, and Quinn has pressed the button and is currently waiting for it. Where have you? How long? How long were we gone?
Well, Charlie sent us out after you've been gone for, was it a week or two? Something or the other. Like, when you'd have been gone long enough that we were like, okay, yeah, we kind of need you to come back with some food because, like, the kids are starving, and Nilu is like, she became so thin, she was almost a
Hold
stick
up.
figure.
Nilu?
Yeah, you know that the
I know who
Salo's
you're talking
sister.
about.
Yeah, Salo's sister.
You brought
the,
her here?
the tiny one in the yellow suit. Yeah, like come on, she's doing magic on our engine.
And you thought I was bad, is what Rain like yells over. Is like, you complain about me all the time, and then you find
Not
your
now,
guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
that's
Oh,
what I
no.
thought.
Oh.
Did you think she was lying when she was yelling into the comm?
No, that. Oh.
So
oh,
you've been
no.
informed.
Oh no. Oh dear Lord, you are. Oh wow.
Also, like we have
I assume the
Otto.
elevator's here now. Is anybody on it?
Where's Otto?
Otto is in the kitchen, I'm sure.
Oh well. Yeah, let's go down. Is anyone in the elevator?
Well, the SR1 has stairs. that we
Only
checked
from
on
the
deck
only.
two, which
Yeah.
the
and then
kitchen
an
is
ele-
on deck 2. We would have
Yeah.
taken the stairs, and we are waiting in front of the elevator.
Yeah.
You are waiting in front of the elevator, and the elevator doors open with Nilu and Lun in the elevator. They just came from the engine room.
There you are.
Nilu.
Oh dear Lord, he's going to kill me.
Nilu sees Quinn, and she gasps, "Quinn, you're here!" And she runs up to Quinn, and she wraps her arms around him.
Hey, Milu! Ha 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 ha. How long have you not been in the vault?
She says, "Probably about a week or so." Are you with my brother? Is he with you?
Yes, yes, he is. And why are you not in the vault?
Oh God.
Nilu says, I'm here to rescue you, of course.
Oh dear Lord, you are all dead.
Be taking
He's
good
going
care
to
of it.
he's going to
fine.
turn around, walk into the elevator, and press the down button.
I don't see what the problem is. I've been able to take care of myself just fine.
Oh yes, this is a conversation best had with your brother.
Where is he?
He's on the Normandy SR2.
The SR2. The SR2 is here?
But did you take a look out the window when we arrived?
No, she says. I was trying to make sure that the engine was good for coming into the atmosphere. With that, she runs out. She runs off to leave the ship by herself, unless somebody wants to go with.
Loon,
follow
get her.
Yeah, the entire time Rain's been paging for Salo. It's like, Salo, come on! If you're not coming out, we're coming in. We're going over there.
I will come, Rain. Rain, you got a Nilu incoming.
Before you leave, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. It's just one last thing, and then Quinn's probably done for a good long time. You might want to brace yourself, because Salo's probably going to kill you.
It'll be fine.
Elevator goes down. Quinn's off to make sure that Edward didn't touch anything.
See you later, Quinn. Don't mess up our engine.
Nilu is going to run off. I think Trissy will probably join her too. Trissy and Nilu will make their way over to the SR2.
I will call on Otto and be like, hey, Otto, wanna meet our friends, the one we were looking for?
Otto will, yeah, I'll get to that in a second. We'll get to, that'll be the next thing I'll do, is work with Otto. But Nilu and Trissy will make it their way to the SR2, and I guess Nilu will buzz into the ship and say, Salo? Salo, are you there? It's me, Nilu.
Yeah, I think Salo would have been on his way to the ship. I don't know at what point this is happening, but I'll hear it regardless.
So you finally left the room?
Yeah, no, I was just preparing for things.
Okay, so Salo finishes rebooting himself, and he will make his way to the door. He basically is about halfway opening the door by the time Nilu is giving her buzzing into the ship, and the door opens and you are face to face once again, brother and sister. She gasps and tearfully she runs up to you and she throws her arms around you. She says, "Oh, Salo, I knew you were still alive. She says, thank the gods. Do the Quarians believe in gods? Thank the whatever it is.
Ancestors.
Thank the ancestors. Yep. Sorry. Thank the ancestors, she says as he wraps her arms around you.
He'll give her a big old hug and spin her around and then put her down and stare at her very angrily. What are you doing here?
She says, they needed help. They needed an engineer in order to come rescue. Not only you, but everyone on your squad.
And so they picked a child?
I'm not just a child anymore, she says. I'm 15 years old now. I think she's 15. 15.
Are you safe? Have you been alright?
Oh, have I ever? Oh, Salo, we've had so many wonderful adventures so far. The Bravo squads, they're very nice.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
How about you? Have you been keeping yourself safe? We were worried about you when we lost communications.
Things got complicated, but we've been alright. In large parts due to Rain's assistance. She's given us a lot of resources to work with.
So,
including the ship.
so maybe that means we all can go home now.
I think it's a lot more complicated than that. A lot more complicated than that. And things are going to get really tough, which is why I'm very happy to see you, sister. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not very happy that you're here right now. I need to go have a talk with someone.
Oh, sure. Oh, that's fine. Do you mind if I take a look around your ship first?
I was going to suggest that very thing. Go check out our ship. Look around. Take your time.
Trissy, by the way, has been keeping her distance, like respectful distance. She's been smiling this entire time because I think she's very happy to see Nilu and Salo reunited again. And Salo, you remember Trissy from the vault,
Yeah.
Darren's sister. And Trissy walks up to Salo and she gives you a hug. She puts her arms around your neck as well. She gives you a hug and she says, "It's very good to see that you guys are safe," as she hugs Salo.
It's good to see you, Tracy. I'm glad that you're safe as well.
Well-
I'll kind of ask Nilu to go on ahead for a second so I can talk to Tracy.
She says, before you say it's good to see me, I have to warn you, Darren came along too.
Well, you can't win them all.
Yeah, well, he kind of has to fly she's the best one. He kind of was the only one who knew how to fly the ship, so kind of are stuck with him for now.
Could you please tell me whose idea it was to bring my sister along?
Oh, yes, she says that. The truth is, she volunteered. We told her no. She insisted, and then we realized we wouldn't be able to get very far unless we had an engineer with us, and the one who was the most qualified happened to be her. We didn't want to bring her along, trust me. We were intent on keeping her behind, but we were worried that we wouldn't be able to survive without her.
So, in that case, who's the captain of the ship?
Well, that would be Aya. You remember her. Very, very strong personality.
Yes. Well, I know who to talk to now, so enjoy looking around the ship.